Hello everyone, welcome to the GATE Engineering online learning classes. In this video, we will see about the periodic and non-periodic discrete time signals. So we will check a given discrete time signal is periodic or not. If a signal is periodic, then we will compute the fundamental period of the signal. A discrete time signal is said to be periodic with period n if and only if this condition is satisfied. Here xn plus kn is equal to xn. In this case, capital N is our fundamental period and k is an integer number. N is the fundamental period and k is an integer number. So kn will be always integer because fundamental period n is also an integer number. So kn will always be integer. If we assume a discrete time periodic signal, xn is a e to the power j omega n. This is a very standard signal for the periodic signal. Here n is representation for the discrete time signal. When we talk about the n, this symbol and with index n, so this is representation for the discrete time signal. That means signal is defined only for the integer value of small n. So it will be a e to the power j omega n. According to the definition, the signal will be periodic if it satisfies the xn is equal to xn plus capital N when we assume k equal to 1. So e is to power j omega n is equal to a e is to power j omega n plus n by replacing this small n by n plus capital N. So we are getting a e to the power j omega n plus capital N. Now we can write it as a e to the power j omega small n is equal to a e is to the power j omega small n into e is to the power j omega capital N. And this condition will satisfy only if e is to the power j omega capital N is equal to 1. So here e is to the power j omega n is equal to 1, and 1 can be represented in terms of the exponential form, complex exponential form by cos 2 pi plus j sin 2 pi. That is the representation of e is to the power j 2 pi, and this value will be 1 with the positive integer multiple of 2 pi. So we can write e to the power j 2 pi k. So e to the power j omega n will always be equal to e to the power j 2 pi k to satisfy the periodicity of the signal. From comparison from here, we will get omega n equal to 2 pi k, or we can write 2 pi divided by omega will be equal to capital N divided by capital K. As we know, n and k both are integer number, then we can say that if n divided by k is a rational number, then signal will be periodic. And n and k will both be integer number to satisfy the rational property. If we are getting the irrational number, that means either n or k is not an integer number. So the periodicity will not satisfied. If n divided by k is a rational number, the signal will be periodic and n will be the fundamental period of that signal. Now come to the problem. We have given cos n divided by 8. I will check the signal is periodic or not first. If signal is periodic, then we will compute the fundamental period of the signal cos n divided by 8. First we identify what is omega in this question. We can identify by comparison with cos omega n. We can compare with cos omega n. So here omega is nothing but 1 divided by 8. In this problem, omega is 1 divided by 8. Now we check nyk is rational number or not. Nyk, as we know, it is defined by 2 pi divided by omega, and omega is 1 by 8 in this problem. So we are getting 16 pi. As we know, pi is an irrational number. So 16 pi is also an irrational number. So this is not a rational number. So this function is not a periodic signal. Now come to the second problem where we have included pi also. Here previously cos n by 8 was given. Now we are including pi n divided by 8. This signal is cos pi n divided by 8. Now we will check is this signal periodic or not. So in this problem, omega equal to pi by 8 by comparing with cos omega n. Omega is pi by 8. Now we compute the nyk. We will check the nyk is rational or not. So we will compute 2 pi divided by omega. By substituting the omega, which is pi by 8, we are getting 16 here. So this is a rational number or even integer number. Nyk is itself integer. So this is the rational number. We can write it as 16 divided by 1. We can write it as 16 divided by 1. Okay. So if we compare 16 divided by 1 with the nyk, 16 divided by n by k. So we will got n is 16, k is 1. So this is a rational number. This is a rational number. This is a rational number or integer number. So therefore, the given discrete time signal is a periodic signal, and with period 16, with fundamental period 16 and k equal to 1. Now come to the third problem. In this problem, we have included some amplitude as well as phase. But as we know, periodicity and fundamental period does not affected by the amplitude as well as phase. In this problem, omega is 3 pi by 5. This is our omega, 3 pi divided by 5. Now, if we check ny k is rational or not, we know ny k is 2 pi divided by omega. So, omega is 3 pi by 5. We are getting 10 divided by 3 here. So, this is a rational number because this is the ratio of integer number. So, we can see that this is the periodic signal as well. And nyk is the 10 by 3. If we compare it, n is equal to 10 and k equal to 3. So fundamental period of this given signal is 10 here. Now come to the next problem, which is the sum of two periodic signals. Sum of two discrete time periodic signal. First one is the cos pi n divided by 2. Second one is the cos 3 pi n divided by 4 plus pi by 3. So we'll check fundamental period of individual signal. First, we'll find out the omega 1 and omega 2. Let us consider this is the x1n. Let us consider this is x1 and second signal is the x2n. So omega will be omega 1 for the x1n and omega will be omega 2 for the x2n. So we'll check what is the value of omega 1 and omega 2. Omega 1 is pi by 2. Omega 1 is pi by 2 in this problem, in this first function, and omega 2 is 3 pi by 4 in the second function. Now we'll check ny k are rational or not. We'll compute n1 divided by k1 and n2 divided by k2 to check both the given signal are periodic or not. If any signal is non-periodic, we can see that the signal will not be periodic. If both the signals are periodic, in discrete time signal, we can directly define the sum signal will also be periodic. So n1 divided by k1 is 2 pi divided by omega 1 and n2 divided by k2 will be 2 pi divided by omega 2. Omega 1 is pi by 2 and omega 2 is 3 pi by 4. After substituting omega 1 and omega 2, we are getting 4 divided by 1 and n2 divided by k2 is 8 divided by 3. Now, we can check that both the n1 divided by k1 and n2 divided by k2 are rational. Hence, we can say that this signal as well as this signal both are periodic. Both the individual signals are periodic. In discrete time signal, if we have sum of two periodic signal, the sum signal will always periodic because their fundamental period is always integer. And if we take the ratio of their fundamental period, we always get the rational number. Here, from above equation, n1 is 4 and n2 is 8. So we don't need to check the sum signal will be periodic or not. If individual signals are periodic, the sum signal will always periodic in discrete time signal, but it is not necessary in the continuous time signal. Now we'll compute the fundamental period of the signal xn. That we can compute by LCM of n1 and n2. If we take LCM of 4, here n is 4, this is the n1, and n2 is 8. Take the LCM of n1 and n2, 4 and 8, we are getting the 8. So fundamental period of signal xn will be 8 here. Thank you for watching this video.